And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is a winner's qualification match for the Predator WPA Men's World 10-Ball Championship. You have two 10-ball champions, the reigning champion, Carlo Biado, versus the 2019 champion, Chung. This is the 10th year of this championship. Has $250,000 of prize fund, 96 players vying for one of the most prestigious titles in pool, along with a check for $70,000. It will be double elimination, 3 of 5 sets, races to 4. If the score is tied in the fifth and deciding set, there'll be a shootout for it. The break alternates with the new set, but it is winner breaks. This is George Teacher and Tim de Reuter bringing you the live action from Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. Xing Chao Vao Chung Mung, which means hello and welcome, everyone. Here's Tim. Ko to break as he won the lag. Biado will follow. It's winner break.
And what a break to open the match.
You know, watching them in practice, Tim, Ko was breaking him a little better than Biado was. They had a couple of warm-up racks. He's not hitting him as hard as Biado does either. This is a race to 4. There's the 3-foul rule. A 30-second time clock, 60 seconds after the break. 1 extension per player per game. He's looking really good here. He'd have to make a mistake, an obvious mistake, not to complete this rack or put it away.
Yeah, would you expect he shoots the 6 in the center by the 9?
No. I would draw back for it and shoot it in the corner. I don't want to shoot to the side pockets. I've seen too many people fail when the angle's a little sharp. Now, if he's got perfect shape for it, yeah, even with perfect shape, I think I'd rather shoot it to the corner. The 5's handy. He's going to have a nice position on it from here. Well, from here he just might stun it and shoot it to the side. But let's see what he chooses. I would probably miss it.
Well, ideally, it's always the easiest with the sliding cloth to play towards the corners, pocket speed towards the corners. But occasionally you kind of have to play to the sides, of course. It's not always possible to play the corners. But I think it's easier to keep the correct angle, and it's most of the time easier to put that nice smooth pocket speed on the ball.
Yeah. Well, right here, he's put the right speed, the right shot, the right angle. And the odds of him completing this run out is probably 99 out of 100. And Chung starts out his winter qualification match against Carlo Biado the best way a player can. He runs out, and never lets Carlo leave the chair. Biado is the reigning champion. He is also a runner-up in 2015 to Chung's older brother. So now this will give Biado the opportunity to play both brothers for the World Championship in 10 ball. 10 years apart. And the 10th, how is this? Is this poetic? 10th year of the championship, and he plays both brothers in the same championship. And Carlo Biado is the only player that has an opportunity so far to win this twice. Eklund Kachi won it twice, but they were not consecutive. He won it in 21 and 23, and he was a semifinalist in 2022. So a little bit of drama here for this match as far as Biado's concerned. And they both want this badly. He's going rail first. And doesn't catch it just right. Here comes Biado.
Yeah, first real chance for Biado to get going as well. Now, I'm starting to notice that the tables are playing a little bit more difficult. Not just the pockets or like the side pockets, but the rails are starting to be a little bit quicker, a little faster. Could have to do with all the humidity in Vietnam, of course. That's something that's almost inevitable from happening. And in general, you see a lot of Asians handle that kind of condition quite nice. They're so used to having maybe such a different kind of weather style in Asia, I would say.
Well, exactly, Tim. I mean, considering the humidity is probably at a 60 to 70%, maybe even higher level on a continuous basis. Like for me out west in the U.S. and Arizona, I don't know what 80% humidity is except during the monsoons. And it's only, not very, even then, not very often. And so these conditions, table plays wet, much tighter in the pockets. They bank a little shorter. And if anybody can deal with harsh conditions, is this man right here in the Philippines. That was Pia Filler. I think it was Pia Filler on the phone. Everyone knows how big this match is. The one good thing about this match is once there is a loser in this match, he will have one more match to come back and get into the final 32. As it is a winner's qualification, and Vladislav Belkovs is racking the balls. He's your EPBF referee for this match. And he's got a very important job of racking those balls good for these guys so they can break. The break treats them both without any favor.
In the meantime, a lot of other winner qualification matches going on. Let me pick a couple interesting scores. Aloysius Jaap has won the first set over Jonas Souto and is also 3-0 up in the second set, so that's not looking too great for the Spaniard. Another interesting one is Szymon Kural from Poland has won the first set over Lee van Corteza. And there was one result I found probably the most interesting of all. Is a player we haven't seen too much around with everything that has been happening in the world, is Ruslan Shinakov, playing under the anonymous flag. He's playing Pinyi Ko, and he is making this a difficult match, I can see. Ko Pinyi did win the first set 4-0, but Shinakov is up in the second set, so that could be a deciding one. Interesting stuff.
You know, this field is full of previous champions. I don't know if you mentioned Wojciech Szewczak. He's playing Jonas Magpantai. And Szewczak was our 2022 10-ball world champion. Seven of the 8 champions are in this tournament. And in this winner's qualification, let me see how many are in here. You have Biado, you have Szewczak,
Koping Chung, Koping
Chung, Kopini, yes. I'm going down the list. And you have one player that has never won this championship and is dying to win this championship. He wants it so bad he can taste it. And that is a player that is leading 1 set and 3 games over Ling Leo Yipkin from, did you say Singapore or Hong Kong? Hong Kong. That's Shane Van Boning.
Yeah, it was Hong Kong. Former world 9-ball junior champion Yipkin Lee. But in trouble against Shane. In the meantime, just Ping Chung doing what he likes to do. Just very slowly, calm around the table. Maneuvering the cue ball, leaving himself that perfect angles. I mean, I think he's been playing very well. We've seen him play very well in the doubles event, the mixed doubles. And I think actually he's literally just continuing that form. Might be contending for the title this week. So the advantage goes to Chung, leading now 2-1. The two of them, I think they're both have been playing well overall, but biggest thing could be the break. If you're not gonna make balls,
You know, that
on
makes
break,
at this level, the break is everything, or is a lot of it actually, especially when you're making balls, as you just said. And in the practice, this young man right here was making balls and not hitting them as hard. That's the one thing I took away from watching him. He's just hitting very solid. The Black Tiger.
quite a lot happening in the background. Just wondering, there is still Duang Kwak Hong, excuse me, the other way around. He is currently playing Naoki Oi to make it to the single elimination stage, and they are tied at 3. So if you can hear some, if you hear some background noise, quite sure it's because of that match.
Well, one of the things about now they keep showing these two. Is one of those maybe Carlos' wife?
No.
Not sure. I couldn't tell. Yeah, I don't know. I've never met her, so I'm just wondering. But one thing we failed to say, I failed to say about Carlos. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to add, I do know Carlos' wife. That those were not his wife, so
That's good. Well, one thing I failed to say about Carlo Biado is he just got inducted into the 2025 Billiard Congress of America Hall of Fame. Quite an honor for Carlo, for anyone.
well, returning the favor. No ball on the break. Would be interesting if this keeps going back and forth. Just try break, run out, try break, run out. But not so convinced by the run out so far anymore. No shape on the 2.
Oh, look at this safety on the 4 ball. Behind the 4 ball.
Yeah, great shot. Don't think it won't be too difficult for Chung to make a hit on the 2. But it's pretty close near the 2. And the 10, 2 ball is probably going towards the 3-4. So, or the 3-8. Don't really think you can get much luck. And I would not consider this as luck, because you're going to be glued, married to that red 3 ball right after.
And you call that one, Tim. Carlos used super glue. But it looks like he has an open lane to go towards the 2-ball off the long rail. Having used quite a bit of spin. What a nice shot, but it's going to scratch anyway. Oh, it didn't scratch. Wow, it stayed up.
Oh, and also that 2-ball. Funny position this is. The only thing you can do is cut the 2 into the 8, but that's going to leak. Where are you bringing the 1-ball to? Oh, right behind the 7. He was able to not move the 2-ball. Did not slip.
No rail. Biado ball in hand. According to Wikipedia, Biado's opening first tournament in 2010 was the Manny Pacquiao 10-ball championship. Which he won again in 2023. This man is the 2-time WPA World 9-ball champion, also a US Open 9-ball champion, World Team champion, seven ball. Does it go by the 9? It looks to, so he should be okay here. He was also honored in 2017 for being the Philippine Sportsman of the Year. I mean, what accolades, what a resume he has. And I believe he just turned 41 years of age, so. In this tournament, he defeated Stefan Kasper in a shootout. 4-3 in the shootout. Perfect position to go to the 10.
Yeah, could go 2 rails or 1 rail, just a slight bit of inside. Always running towards the 10. This is to level it 2 each. Some high class stuff from both. this time on the screen we did get Carlo's wife, but I'm not sure if George was paying enough attention to finally
I did, but
see her.
since I've never seen her, I did see her, and if I would have known for sure, I would have said it. I just didn't want to bring that up since I failed once. Yeah, that was the
So ironic. Oh,
right,
there she is.
right behind him. There she is. Yeah, sitting right behind him, supporting her husband. He just looked over and said, "How do you like that, dear?"
How do you like them apples?
Yeah. It's great to see that. It's the first time I think I've seen her once before. I think she was there for the 10-ball championship.
Yeah, she usually travels everywhere with Carlo. She also makes sure that the stream is working. Usually when he's not on the stream table, they run his own stream on his channels, and there might even be some merchandise also. I think she usually runs that. So yeah, it's not just a holiday. I think she's also always joining to work, to support the husband, to make sure they both stay financially stable is important as a player. Not always that easy.
Well, we've talked quite a bit about Carlo Biado. When Chung entertains us with a run out, I'll give you some of his achievements. He's got quite a few. Not as many as Carlo, but
well, he still has
travels as much as Carlo does. Yeah, he's 11 years younger. He's 30 years of age. There goes the 8. No, it doesn't. Yeah, there's still time for him.
Returning the favor.
Aware of the time clock. Keep in mind there's a 30-second time clock on these gentlemen, so they have to hurry their shots sometimes, and queuing isn't most comfortable there for them. The lad is there to make sure he doesn't touch a ball. They have 30 seconds per shot, 60 seconds after the break, 30-second extension per game.
Well, that's exactly the reason why he went running for his extension. Now, where would you like to be to get on the 4 ball?
Well, if it goes by the 6, he's in the perfect place. If it doesn't go by the 6, he has to come up the same rail somehow on the right side to play it to the left corner pocket. And that's what he's looking at now. Can you draw it up and stay clear of the 5 and the side pocket?
I think he might have slightly too much to do that. This is tough.
Yeah. Well, this young man started playing in 2013 with the WPA World 9-Ball Junior Championship. He won a WPA World 10-Ball Championship, this one right here, in 2019. Also won the Formosa Cup Asian 9-Ball, the Maldives Open 10-Ball in 23, the U.S. Open 9-Ball Championship in 23. He doesn't seem to travel as much as Carlo does. Not at all. And then again, as you mentioned, the 11 years make a big difference. It's fun to watch the Koh brothers, all three of them, come to Vegas. I think it's been like 2 years or 3 years in a row. I've seen both of them for 2 years. Well, since 2019, Koh Ping Yi and Koh Ping Chung travel together. And I know Koh Ping Han has been traveling with them. I don't normally take pictures with a lot of the pro players, as I should, though. It'd make a nice wall. But I have a picture of all three brothers and myself in Las Vegas.
Well, I'm not sure if you had seen that combination he just played with some excellent stuff. As you could see, it was difficult to stay in control, to still have the shape. Just manages so nicely there.
I missed it, Tim. Was it the combo? Oh.
Yeah, he played the combination. The 4-6, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, fortunately, we get a playback of every rack, so.
Oh, you're gonna like it. And well, close to ideal shape on this 10. This to get on the hill first, basically trading off dry breaks.
And trading off games. Either one has won 2 games in a row. Three games to 2. Koh Ping Chung.
Well, his brother is in slight bit of trouble. Now tied 1 each. Koh Ping Yi against Shinakov. Ruslan Shinakov. 1 each in sets and Shinakov leading 1-0. And that would be, I think, for most of the people, quite a defeat, quite a shocking result. Just if you consider how much Ruslan has played in the last couple of years, hasn't been as active as he used to be. Also another one, Claudio Cacci, currently trailing to France's Alex Montpellier. Montpellier winning the opening set 4-1.
Good to see Alex doing well in these tournaments. He's constantly been on the improve since I met him, gosh, I think back in 2019 for the first World 10-Ball Championship. Creative shot. Did he leave an edge? You know, these short races to 4, keep in mind it is winner breaks, but when they change sets, they change the break. Ko won the lag, so he broke first, which means in the second set, Carlo will break to open the set. If it goes to a third set, Ko will break to open the third set. Oh, hit the 3-ball first. Opening for Carlo.
Yeah, it was a tricky position actually to play from. Was trying to spin into the really minimum edge of the one. I think the spin might have gotten him there. What a layout. What a chance to get this hill this opening set.
You would expect no less from these two champions. Carlo Biado is an 836 Fargo. Chung is an 845 Fargo. Chung has the 6th highest rated Fargo in the world, and Carlo Biado has the 9th. Number 1 would be Joshua Filler, then Amir Ali, a kind of a newcomer on the scene, Fedor Gorst, and Chung's older brother, Yi, number 4. And then comes Shane Van Bonin. If you're not familiar with Fargo, Fargo is an international ranking system that compiles data, all your wins and losses in any of the tournaments that report to Fargo.
Well, some traveling to do from this 8 to 9. Is he gonna leave himself just a cut on the 9? Yeah, I would say so. Doesn't want to be rolling further, I was gonna say. Doesn't want to get a huge cut. Just a cut to float back down table is alright.
Perfect speed to tie it up at 3. And still, neither player has won 2 games in a row. You are watching this tournament played on the Predator Arc table, covered with Predator Arcadia cloth. They are using the Predator Arcos 2 balls, and above the table are the Predator Arena lights, and they are actually racking the balls with the Aero Rack, Predator Aero Rack. Everything available on PredatorQs.com, along with seeing some information on that gentleman right there, Carlo Biado, as he is part of the Predator Pro team. tied at 3. Who wins the first set? The break has been a big factor.
Well, she's either trying to flirt with someone or she's very nervous because she's playing with her hair. I am very nervous, but I won't be able to play with my hair like that.
Well, see, this is why I don't try to pick a favorite. And both these gentlemen are very deserving of this title. And fortunately, if and when one loses, they have one more match to get back into the final 32 and continue their quest.
Oh, look at this. He's made a ball on the break. He's got the shape on the one. A wide open layout. Just when it matters most, he makes one.
Both players in complete control of that cue ball.
Yeah, it's just the biggest difference for me is that Biado finally has made a ball on the break. I think that really is the biggest difference in this set. We've seen minimal safety play. Most of the time it was clean runouts, no real balls being missed all over. We've seen one foul from Chung. But yeah, just a very strong set from both. And Carlo a little bit more angle on the 6. Does he have enough to roll forward and nudge the 10 ball just a slight bit? That would give him an angle on the 7 to go with topspin to the 8. Or does he have to do more?
He could just stun it and play the 7 in the side.
Well, does have a slight angle. Yeah, not happy. That's the problem with the stun. Coming off the second rail, you were never going to have the angle to run up to the 8. Now, you will have to play for the cut on the 8. Possibly play the 9 in the side.
Well, that's an excellent example, actually, of playing balls to the side. If you don't get the correct line on it, you're going to have to run the cue ball around the force position for your next shot.
Well, that's what he's chosen to do.
Yep.
Well, played it with draw. Possibly did not even have the angle to go naturally 3 rails. Made some angle there. Yeah, might have to opt to shoot this in the top corner. I like this a lot more in the top corner than in the side. It's just you don't want to travel the cue ball all over the place.
And
yeah,
there it is. Carlo Biado wins the first set by winning 2 games in a row. not to speak of the other three that he traded off. And the players will go to a small break. And we'll take a quick look here. Well, you'll get a good look at Vlad racking the balls. And Tim just read off a lot of the scores.
Well, let's have a little look how the other matches are doing. Just gonna run through them quick. Obviously every time I'm picking some matches, but maybe there's people watching that would like to know all the scores. So Alex Pegulain in trouble against Marco Teucher. Teucher up 1 set and Pegulain up 2-1 in the second set. Wojciech Chevchik beat Jonas Makpantai 2-0 straight sets. Oliver Zolnocki has taken the first set over Robbie Capito. Daniel Marshall beat AJ Menes 2-0 in straight sets. Aloysius Jap beat Jonas Suto 2-0. Spaniard will have to try again in the loser qualification round. Another very close match in my opinion. Mark Maggi from Estonia against Mark Estiola. Estiola won the first set 4-3 and they're tied at 1. Simon Curol is possibly putting a great performance on against Lee Van Corteza. The Pole won the first set 4-3 and now is up 3-0. Mateusz Snigocki won the first set against Taejong Ko from Korea. North Korea. South Korea, excuse me. Well, they're already back.
And
I'm too slow, George.
Yes, here is Carlo breaking the balls, and I just like to point out that Lee Van Corteza played a clinic against Joshua Filler and put him to the one-loss side, and now is trailing, as you said.
Well, last score. Good news for the Americans because Shane Van Boening is through to the single elimination stage in 2 straight sets. Let's get back to this match. Cluster on the 2 and the 3, George.
Yeah, he's going to have to run the cue ball around the table for position for the side pocket, and he's got a lane for it. As long as he avoids the 5, he may be able to come. He can't really draw the ball unless he elevates. He'd like to draw the ball 2 rails behind the 2 to the right there, and that's what he's doing, it looks like.
Good try. Just did not get the shape, but he has opened up the club.
Yeah, but did he open it up for himself or did he open it up for Ko? Where do you go from here? Everything's open. If he goes this way, he's going to hit the 3. Is he trying to make the 2? He's betting the game.
I don't think he can make the 2.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's betting the game on it, so he's going to have to find a safety. Maybe 2 rails behind the 8 off the 2. That's got a good line. No, he just didn't really give up a shot.
Yeah, I was just trying to leave it locked. As long as he did not leave the 2 ball in the open for Ping Chung to shoot, he favored himself still to win the rack.
Big shot here. Does it go by the 3 is the question. I think Chung has taken his extension. It does not go by the 3, as we can see by this camera angle. So now, where do you go, Tim? Does he risk playing the 2 ball to the left-hand corner off the 3?
I cannot imagine him playing that. I
I
this
can't
the
imagine
most.
him making it either. This is nice. This is very nice. He got the most out of that, I think. I was looking for something out of desperation and did not see that play. If the 10 ball counted for a win, he might play it now. But it does not count as a win. It just gets spotted. He's going to try to get up on top of the 3, which he did not.
Yeah, it wasn't too easy. Put a lot of spin on there, and I think he actually caught it too thin. Something happening in the background. I'm not really too sure. Jeffrey DeLuna has beaten Phang Nam Pham, yes. Nam Phong Pham. That's it. 2-0 in straight sets. And there's only Duan Guoquang Wang Sao playing at the moment. He's up 3-1 in the second set against Noyuki Oi, but he's lost the first set, so that's probably all the hollering and yelling in the background, but things really not looking too great so far for Vietnam.
Around the table with a cue ball, or is he playing it 3 ball to the side? He could consider the bank too.
Well, he did call the side. Is he going to play the short side of the 4? No, he was trying to run the cue ball all around. I'm a little bit surprised by his choice there. It was so tough to go around the 10 there. And then now the cue ball behind the 10. Does he get there? No. Well, this is key shot right here. He's planning on banking the 6 ball, George, or?
I would think so. Either that or he's going to get real good on the 10 ball combo, but he's playing the 6 ball to the top. He was trying. He broke it out and now has a shot on it. to the opposite corner. With good position, I think I'd almost rather bank the 6 ball than play this shot and try to get position on the 8. Carlo just fires away and shoots so well. He makes so many good shots. A man on a mission to be the only player to have won this tournament.
Twice in a row.
In consecutive years, yeah. The wife is happy.
Oh, you know the saying, happy wife.
I know that one. You'll learn to live it too.
Well, and the crowd erupts, so I'm guessing Duan Guoquang has won the second set against Nuki Oi, so that means they will go to a decider.
Second game of the second set. Will Carlo close out the previous champion in straight sets? Well, it's been a little bit since we've seen Koping Chung at the table. Not facing something nice, really still has to play a good shot. Just thinking, is he gonna try and get the cue ball behind the 10-8 or behind the 3-5? Biggest problem is, most likely the jump cue is always gonna come out. Well, looks like he might be going directly into it. Tried the 2 rails, was not able to spin all the way long. Oh boy.
Possibly got 3 rails, and another ball in hand for Carlo. Could be running away a little bit with this set, George.
He really could. Yeah, spinning around the 10, he went by it. Too much spin. And now Carlo back at the table. And the way he's been dancing around the table and conducting his business, he's been very successful. So a clearance here gets him another game.
Well, that's one of the hurdles to solve. The other one is a little bit trying to get nicely from 7 to the 8. Sure, you could always play for the 8 in the side, but when the table's playing a little bit tight, especially the side pockets, I tend to stay away from these kind of options. I'd rather play to the left side of the 7 and get to the center of the table 2 rails to play the 8. I think that's also
Playing this
part
to the-
of... Oh,
Well, now he's going to have to go around the table. Draw for the short side. Go up 2 rails and come down for the 7 on the short side of the 7.
well, I like to go thin and then 2 rails, just or thick, push it through,
Kill
and
it,
2,
yeah.
3 rails, just to the left
Yeah.
side. I don't think he has to kill it that much. Just don't put max left spin. That's gonna open it up on the second rail.
He's got good options.
Just doesn't want to get straight in the
Perfect.
7. I think he's played it really nice. Then now this is the shot. I could understand if he just plays it for the 8 in the side. It's difficult to land perfect on it. Plus, we've already seen funny things happen in the side pocket, so I might go back low right. Play the 8 in the same corner as the 7. No, he did choose a side. Basically telling us that he might be not one of the players that is struggling with the side pockets in general.
Well, keep in mind he's only shooting towards the side pocket when he has a big pocket available. The angle goes, very nicely into it. A lot of the shots that were missed were from steeper angles than that, although there was a couple pretty blatant errors, actually.
Yeah, not all of them were from
No,
weird
not all of
angles,
them
so-
were. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. And 2 games in a row he does get. And here's our playback. Chung does come to the table, I believe, with ball in hand, and yields back.
Okay. Well, you have me on the edge of the seat. Let's see. The last time when it mattered most, on 3 each in the first set, managed to make 2 balls on the break, I believe, and ran out for the set. So if he produces 1 or 2 of those breaks, I don't really see Chung having any other chance, which sounds pretty brutal. But, I mean, that's bull for you at times.
These two How intense does it get? Is that look on Carlos's face intense enough for you, Tim?
I mean, it doesn't tell me, it doesn't give me that the black tiger kind of vibe yet, but I got a little bit scared.
And what a job to be a referee and have to give these guys perfect racks every time. Boy, they try hard to do that. Unfortunately, with a hand rack, it's hard to be perfect. How many balls are going to threaten the side pocket? Gosh, there was 3 or 4 there. No shot on the 1. Where do you push, Tim? What can you do that your opponent can't so you can get this back and be successful?
I might push, yeah, to the bottom left, because you know the return, your opponent is going to cut the 1 into the 4, trying to leave the 10 in between. And that's going to be less distance than if you push, for example, towards the 8. If you push towards the 8, your opponent is going to cut the 1 into the 10 and most likely going to hook you even worse. I am surprised he's choosing this way. He knows what's coming.
Well, he's gambling in that case. Maybe he doesn't want to get this back. I like to push to where they give it back and I have a plan to succeed. But usually at this level, they all have the same plan.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm not saying it was a bad shot from Carlo, but the plan has kind of worked for Ko. Because, well, he could have been in a way worse position. He might bring the cue ball on top of the 9-7 now. Cut the 1 over to the 5.
What about killing the 1 ball, the cue ball, over by the 3 and trying to take the 1 ball around 2 rails to the,
You mean the 5?
head of the table? Is that the 5? Yes, I mean the 5. He's not using that, so he's going the other way and using the 9-7.
Yeah, I did like this.
On some of these,
he hit it too thin.
Yeah, on some of these camera angles, the 3 and the 5 look very much alike, so excuse me if I confuse them. Oh boy.
And that's one of the very few shots they have missed overall. Just imagine if Carlo had made it. That's the thing with the layouts in general have been quite open and favorable. So if Carlo had made that, probably would have been on the hill.
Or the double hill, as you like to say?
Yes, especially on the double hill.
Well, everything has an open pocket except the 4 ball to the right, but it has a pocket to the left. Three ball goes to the side. A good angle here from this 2 ball, and he can stun over for the 4.
Yeah, it's just that you have to play the short side of the 4, and you might land with the wrong angle on the 4 ball to still get to the 5. That's why he just went over the check. It's the main thing. If you land too high, that's a problem. That's trouble.
That does not look like trouble. That looks like in line.
It looks like someone that's 2-0 behind and still feels comfortable.
Are you trying to say that looks like the heart of a champion? That both
Yeah,
of
but
these
there's a
gentlemen
couple in that
possessed?
building.
There's two on this table.
Oh, that's for sure. Yeah, left himself slightly more angle on the 5, so couldn't do much more. The only thing I'm worried about is he queuing over the 10 here, George?
Yes. And yes, that does make a difference. But not to Ko Ping Chung.
Yeah, never mind. You know, let me just pack my bags and I'm out. Every time I think, well, oh, this might be tricky, they just... This is a very, I mean, it's a very strong match. It doesn't always happen that both players show up to the match, you know. Sometimes it's only one of the two that come out swinging. Pulling one back. Ping Chung with the steal after that miss from Biado. Could be a complete momentum twist there for this match. In these short sets, I mean, the momentum goes all over the place, but you can actually fire it up for your opponent by making a couple mistakes here and there. Always tricky.
Keep in mind, this is a winner break format in the set. So, Ping Chung to break here.
Oh, and he scratches on the break. I mean, I don't think it would be fair to say that he did not break the balls well. Had the one ball straight into the side and the cue ball just kind of pushed by a wall of balls straight into the side. It's like telling Ping Chung it's not meant to be. That is crazy, actually, that there's nothing he could have done against this. I feel like it. Now then, how is Carlo going to get to the 7 ball?
With a good angle from the 6.
Okay, well, that sounds like a good start. But what would be a good angle? Would it be
Not
something like
there.
this? Ah, okay.
Looks like he can go forward 2 rails.
Yeah, it's either that or full draw into the bottom short rail, low left. Is he gonna get to the 7? Needs to go. Needs to go. It's not gonna get there. Oh, that is just... I mean, it's a little bit sloppy there, though. I mean... Definitely had it up for grabs. Only needed angle from the 6 to cross over straight over for the 7.
I don't think this ball's on the rails, so he can just hit it softly like that. And still, I don't think he wanted to hit the 9 ball.
I'm quite sure he did not want to hit the 9 ball. Now, I think the window between the 9 and the rail is too small, so I don't think he can freeze the cue ball behind the 9. But he might be able to cut the 7 in between there.
Wants to keep the 7 there.
Then the cue ball behind the 8. Just barely too soft.
Left him a little bit of an edge to work with, and really that's all he needs.
Same shot to try and get behind the 8, but then again, it might have been the same result. Just that smidge of the 7 available.
Well, now he's going to have to kick behind it. He could possibly make this kick.
Well, quite sure the crowd is not screaming and hollering for that shot, because I'm quite sure Biado is not happy with that 7 ball, how he's just played it. Completely letting Chung back into this match. This is dangerous with these champions, George. I mean, if you leave the door open just that slight bit, they'll go straight through it. They don't. the door will not be there anymore. You know, they'll just.
Yeah, that's right.
They'll rip it.
They'll push it wide open. Coming right back to where he is for the 10 ball. And this 10 ball to tie things up at 2. And we are tied at 2. This is a must-win set for Chung. In order to send it into the third and deciding set. Vlad. Belkos. It's from Riga, Latvia. These referees travel all over the world to try to give these guys great racks and call good calls, if not great calls at times. Dedicated bunch of referees from the EPBF. Well trained, and they do a great job. The one ball was headed for the pocket. It was kissed out by the 6, and look what he has left. Open shot on the 1, but some work to do with the rest of the rack.
Well, don't you think if Carlo can head 2 rails above the 2 ball for the 2 in the same corner as the 1, if he gets straight on it, that might solve the whole rack.
It does. It really does. And that's exactly where he has to go. And he's got the window. This follows, just make sure don't get the 10 ball. Goes 2 rails above the 7, and he's perfect. He's got to travel. He's not going to like this.
Oh, yeah. Was playing so well. It's like all the wheels are coming off right now.
Well, you know, that's one of those shots where you want to get perfect, so you try to gauge your speed. And if you don't gauge it just right, you're behind the 7. If you gauge it a little harder, regardless of where you land, you're still going to have a shot at the ball. But look at this. Look at this. Turn that around.
Well, desperately needed to turn it around, but
Exactly.
this will be difficult to hit too. Like, it's not just a nice return, it's also quite a bit of a trap.
From trouble to an advantage, all in one shot. You know, that happens a lot in pool. Look at this. There's a rerun of it.
Yeah, it's gonna try and put the 4 together with the 5 ball. Needs a good pace. Needs it to lock it up. And it has not locked up. 4 is available. The 5 ball is next to it. Ball in hand for Biado to now really get on the hill. I mean, he's had a couple opportunities to do it so far. But I feel like this is probably the last real good opportunity. There's no way you're gonna make 2-3 mistakes and still get away with it against a player like Chung, I would say.
Well,
You never
right
know.
now, they both need 2 games. Things have traded off on the break almost every game. So, I wouldn't count Koping Chung out.
Yeah, this match overall had a weird dynamic to it. I mean, especially the first set where they were really, like you just said, they were trading off the games, and there was good play too. It's not like they were just donating the racks back and forth. It's a good bump on the 5. Oh, he was able to miss the 5 ball. Nicely spotted. I was not too sure if he had maybe too much angle.
It looks like the 7 goes by the 8, so it'll be just a little stun there to get on the 7. I get a kick out of Carlos moving finger on his bridge hand all the time. There it goes, his ring finger. Oh, now he's got to go around, and not quite enough angle. He's going to have to power it.
Well, he's digging deep to make it to the last 32 single elimination. He's probably
Well,
going
he
to
should
come
have
up
dug
quite
deeper.
high. Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't draw it all around the top corner, low left.
I agree with you, Tim. I thought that was a draw and wrap it out of that corner, out of the left corner.
I mean, still, he had a better angle on it, so I'm really not here to doubt him. But, well, yeah, he still has to go. In the end, it still has worked. I mean, what
He
can I
went
say?
well. That was actually a very nice shot on that 9 ball.
So, I have a feeling George knows what I'm about to say. I'm still gonna do it. Carlo Biado is on the double hill. One more rack to get to the last 32 single elimination.
Well, Tim, I actually like that expression. I've used it, but I've given you credit for it every time. Because it makes sense. It is the double hill. You're on the hill to win the set, and you're also on the hill to win the match. Finally, we agree on something.
Yeah, oh boy, we
You know
argue
I'm
about
kidding.
everything, don't we?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I do like some comments. Well, this is a match that is not disappointing in the least. They've made a couple of mistakes here and there, but we've seen some excellent shooting from both players. I don't know about you, but I've got 9 highlight shots written down. And problem is, we may not go into a third and deciding set. But then again, there's 9 balls on the table that say there's always a chance.
Well, why would there not be a chance? He did not get the shape after the break. Sure, he can play the safety behind the 5 and the 2. But
Well, there's why there might not be a chance, because with a shot like that and making the ball on the break, the breaker is usually in control of the game. But Ko jumps these balls pretty good. He is rather effective and efficient with that cue. And this would give us 10 highlight shots.
oh wow!
How do you like me now, baby?
You did certainly not lie there. What a beautiful jump. That's the thing. Players are so close to the object ball on the save, and they still yet to get to go over the ball and make it. I mean, the aiming is overall so tough. Not the hit, but to aim it well. Excellent shot from Chung. Not sure if George is actually making a note about the jump or not.
Yes, and I actually ran out of paper for the highlight shots, so I'm finding another one.
Well, at least glad one of us made sure it got on there. So, well, it's not out of the woods. The good news is he doesn't have to play the short side. He could play for the 5-7 combination. It's not completely straight in, but if you can get to the center of the table, I would say it's all right. Well, kind of like this. Wow, he's played it so well. Good pace. It would be crazy if we would have another hill set. Yeah, probably is not going to the other side. It's not going to cross the side pocket. I probably would like to go just high ball, maybe a trace of right. Stay in front of the side pocket on the rail. Just get straight on the 6. It's the only target.
Well, I got booted out. I had to re-enter.
Well, I don't think you missed too much. I mean, it's just a regular, either Biado or Chung running out. And it's going to be another hill set. I mean, nothing special to see.
Well,
nah, I'm just kidding, of course. I mean,
the thing is, when I left, I think Carlo was still at the table and had that great jump shot. Oh, Chung had the great jump shot. I'm sorry. So yeah, I got that. So yeah. So okay. But in the confusion, I
under
panicked.
the gun. 3-2 down. Comes up with a beautiful jump. And he does bring this second set on the hill, and the tap from Carlo. He knows what an out that was. That was extremely precise stuff. Wow,
and you know that
so
is one
difficult to pick a winner.
That is one thing that Ko Chung has done time after time after time when I watch him play. He comes with it when he really has to. And so does his brother. It must run in the family.
Well, if you're the opponent, I would say it's a rather annoying quality. But must be cool if you have it.
Well, if you're a fan of pool and you like to watch it, and you know it is a very redeeming quality, admirable quality, because this game is really, a lot of it's under pressure at this level. You know, people talk about money games all the time. Oh, he's a great money player. Well, these great money players, when it comes to tournaments, sometimes don't do as well. The pressure, it's a completely different pressure.
Yeah. There's different dynamics between the two of them. I don't think I've ever seen one of the Coe brothers actually play for money. That is an interesting question for them.
Well, you're over there. I've never been, so you would know about that. I just know that the three of them, I've yet to see a bad bone in their body. They're all very likable, and they're just really nice guys. Except when you play them. But
Yeah.
they're still all gentlemen.
Well, I was gonna say I'm quite sure Carlo doesn't like it as much now. Not the personality, just the qualities. Okay, let's get this going.
What? Yeah, one thing about Carlo, I'll say, as this gets going, is he likes competition, and he's a guy that really steps up to competition. He's one of these guys that lives the motto: when the going gets tough, the tough get going.
Well, I would definitely say the going is very tough in this run out because there is no open shot on the one. Is he going to play the one ball under the 10 and the cue ball roll up on the 3 ball? He's kind of near to the object ball though, so it's not very nice to play a firm shot. But what else can you play? Maybe thin off the 1. Try to get the 9 and the 3 in between.
Well, with a player of this quality and at this stage of the game, he's showing us that maybe we should watch and learn.
No, he is going for behind. Oh.
There you have it.
Did find something where he could put some pace on. Is there a window? There might be.
Yeah.
He might have
He might have an edge. From this angle. From this angle, it looks like he does have an edge. And from him aiming, he does have an edge. He's calling the one in the corner. Well, that's just in case, I think. I think that's what he did when he looked back at Vlad there, the referee. What a match. And this is in the winner's qualification. That's about the only thing that relieves the pressure here, is that they know that if whoever loses this, whoa, we gave it a good shot. Whoever loses this match has to win a match after it to get back to the final 32 and stage 2 of this tournament for the redraw.
Oh. Still going.
Well, he's winding up. Carlos coming with some very, very creative safeties, but again, he's left a lane to get to the one ball. And it's a pretty good lane. He can kick it off the head rail and maybe find cover with the 3 balls on the same side of the table. He's going to kick it into cover. He's calling it in the side, so he's kicking towards the 8.
Well, I would say this one ball is on, but...
He's not kicking it, he's just banking it.
Oh. I think he was trying to get the one ball behind the 8 and the 2.
He
Wasn't
called
too
it.
far off.
He's at the table. He
probably
called it. Or did? Oh, Carlo let him
probably
shoot.
just in case, but
He called something on that side. Either way, he makes it or he misses. If he made the right call, if I had this, I'd have to let Carlo shoot anyway. I mean, I have to give this up anyway.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
He may have called the wrong pocket there. Because I thought he called the side.
well, even if he had called the corner, he probably was trying to get the cover behind the 2 and the 8 and by accident made it.
Oh,
this
sure,
is
it
a
was
bank
just a
I could
case call.
see him take on.
He
No?
doesn't want to take anything on. Look, he's going to get behind his 5-ball. Oh, my Lord, what a nice shot. I think he's left the net. No, he's kicking all the way.
Well, that'll work. Got the distance. This is starting to be a very tense safety battle because the more often they are playing good shots, they're probably going to think, okay, I got him now. And then the other player is kicking and gets a good result, and it just goes back and forth all the time. Starts to get nerve-wracking to a certain limit. Is he going? No, the cut has to be careful not to run into the 7, so I am thinking he would play safe. Oh, he did go for the cut off the 10.
Oh,
Look
the
at
cue ball.
Look at the cue ball. Ooh.
He's okay, I think.
Yeah, I'm assuming that 3 ball does go to the side, but it wouldn't be the first one we've seen some drama on.
It does go by the 4, I think, from the angle we can see on the screen.
Would be crazy if
these
he
two-
runs out.
Wow, these two 10-ball champions going at it with everything they have. I don't know what
Well, I
you
was
can
so-
enjoy more than this.
I was so certain that safety from Chung. Obviously, it was not a full save, but I was so certain that that distance, that big of a cut, maybe running into the 7, there was some trouble. He just cut it in, played that tough shot on the 3 ball, and is on his way to beat Chung. What a match.
Oh boy, more drama.
Oh.
More drama.
And now I'm just wondering, did he purposely play for the short side, or was he trying to get to the top side and did he not put enough in the ball? Like, did he maybe play kind of a loose shot there?
Only a question Carla could answer. Would you even consider playing this to the side pocket on the left? Or just cut it thin and run around all the way down behind the 10?
Yeah, I like this so much more.
Sure.
Even if you don't get behind the 10, even if the cue
Right.
ball ends up glued to the short rail, I'm already happy.
That's a couple of times that Carlo came up a little bit short on his speed for a shot. But it looks like he survived that one because he made a good shot, a good recovery shot to leave the safety. But he had it in hand there. He completes that run out and he moves on to the final 16. He's still going to get a shot and a chance. Here it is.
Well, I was just going to add to it. How often do you see someone battling to get the first shot and then they fail to run out to lose a set? But that could not be the case because Chung has left the 7-ball wide in the open for Carlo. Gives him another try.
And Carlo has proven time again he is up for the big shots.
Does he get behind the 9? Does he get behind the 9?
9 ball. He might have. He might have.
That's probably
walk like
the
that.
only thing that could have gone wrong.
Yeah. You don't walk like that unless you're disgusted.
Wow. He's called a cross corner. This is huge.
Well, there's no kiss. I don't think there's a kiss. Did that kiss the ball?
No, I don't think so. But I'm surprised that he went so all in on it. Like he did not even protect the cue ball just in case.
I want to see this shot again, and I think we will see it again. I hope we will see it again. Guess we're not. We'll see it when they rerun the rec.
Wow. Then still it looks like he's quite straight. You might have to see another big stroke from 9 to 10 to get this to a deciding set. You could see deep breathing there. He knows this is a big shot coming up.
He's going to settle for the cut shot. He wanted more draw. He just didn't use enough pencil.
I like that one.
Uh-oh. Down it goes, and we go on to the third and deciding set. Wow, both of them with a earlier chance to win the game and win the set. Yeah, they go back and forth, and Chung comes up with what he needed. Now on this cross bank on the 8, I want to see if it got a little kiss or not. Just look at the shots in this rack. Oh, we didn't get to see it. Oh, no.
Both players are going for a little break. Let me
I think we'll take one.
Get the scores out.
Okay.
Because I have a feeling something big has happened in the background with all the local Vietnamese. Did you hear them?
I can hear you echoing.
Oh, well. Because
go for the scores.
Duong Guoc Hoang is now 3-1 up against Ricky Oi. Marco Teutscher has defeated Alex Pegolian 2-0. Wukun Lin has beaten Gerson Martinez Boza 2-0. Ko Ping Yi still managed to win that match against Ruslan Shinakov 2-1. Close match. And Alex Montpellier, Claudio Cacci also a true battle. Now 1 each. Deciding set being played as we speak.
And I believe we have a shootout on table 1. which is Yuki Oi versus Wang Pok Hang. And that's all the commotion you're hearing in the background.
Well, even Vladislav, he's looking over. What is happening there? Can they be quiet?
It's a shootout,
We have another
Tim.
match going on.
Well, they're on break. You know, when you have talent like this in a tournament, this is what you get. And the drama's still going to get higher because these are winter qualifications matches. Whoever loses here gets another shot at it. Think of the drama if one of them does not have a lifeline left. We've seen such great pool. And there's a lot more to come. You still have the final 32. Then we'll be looking at the final 16, the quarterfinals, the semis, and what a final is going to turn out to be. Which champion of the 7 that are entered here playing will go on to win for a second time, and maybe one will win a third time.
Well, there
Third
you go.
and final set.
Third. You could not have said it any better. Now, what do we have? He's made the 1 ball on the break. He's been doing that quite often this tournament. I've seen that. Quite the cut on the 2. Actually nice. Not that many matches still going on. I think it's only 3 matches still going on. This is also the last round for tonight. So that means all the crowd is just getting close to, well, this TV table or Claudio Cacci against Montpellier as Duong Guok Hang beat Noiki Oi for the 2 in shootout.
So then we just have one other match, and that's Claudio and Alex. Montpellier and Cacci. The little Cacci. Well, I guess you can't say it. The kid's like 6'2" or 6'3". His brother's 6'5".
Yeah,
you know,
well, I won't be able to say little there, but
my point exactly, Tim. And it's funny because I'm telling you, way back when, I'm talking maybe 3 years ago, 4 years ago, Eklund told me, he says, you should see my little brother play. And he just shook his head. He says, he's going to be a monster. And here we are. Little brother's on the scene and doing very, very well. Combo, the combo king. You know, one thing I will say for Koping Chung, I don't see him miss very many combos, but then again, I don't see him take any really difficult ones on. He'll play safe around them.
yeah, that's why I think with the right percentage play, you don't have to miss many balls, because if you think one shot is not really compatible for your playing style or your stroke, you play safe. Now, of course, there's a certain limit. You cannot play any shot safe. But I think it works for, like you said, the off-angle combinations, weird bank shots, you know, these kind of situations.
Tim, be careful. We're going to lose our reputation.
What reputation?
Of fighting all the time.
Oh. Yeah, no, that is a good point. George, I don't like what you just said.
He's just so accurate with that cue ball. If he hits that 9 ball wrong and doesn't get the position that he has here on the 7 ball, things could go wrong. And he draws into it and comes up with a good shot that he can follow and get position on the 8. The perfect angle every time. How does Carlo feel about not getting shape on that 7 ball now?
Well, the initiative lays with Ping Chung. These two players just never see to amaze me. I mean, the funny thing is, I have a feeling I've seen these two play against each other a couple times, and from what I remember is they always have close matches. Or at least from deep somewhere in my memory, I kind of still remember this.
Well, in that case, that would prove Fargo kind of right. There's only 9 points difference in their Fargo, so they would have close matches when they play, since they're both very consistent champions. $8.45 and $8.36. And still the break seems to fail him. And not only fail him, they're not getting that many open shots on the 1 ball with dry breaks. Will Carlo just get up and jump this?
Possibly, but I don't think he might be able to reach. And maybe the shape on the 2
it
could be
is out.
slightly tricky.
It is out close to away from the rail. Well, he's taken away a lot of cue ball that he can't spin. Tim, you're the pro player. Where do you go from here? I think you go for it. You go for it to the right corner.
I'm going the cue ball behind the 6 because you also have the 2 and the 7 ball that got the cover. So if you run the cue ball softly in the 6, there's so many balls there. You would assume
I didn't like that
he
angle.
finds cover.
Yeah, he found cover. He used a 7 and 3. The thing about going for it is the cue ball is going to come down by the 8, and you'd be shooting the 2 ball to the same pocket as you shot the 1. And you would have probably found cover with all the balls there. He played an excellent shot, and Carlo made an excellent shot. And position. My Lord, these guys are really coming with shots. This will nibble the 4, I think. It's going to be very close. He did more than nibble.
Yeah, he knew that pace with a little bit of inside spin, knew what the 4-ball was going to do. Nifty shot there, nice control. Not just the object ball, also the cue ball. Wow, super thin cut. Cue ball did land on the rail on the 7-ball. Kind of looks like if he pockets the 7, cue ball might get very close into running the 8. If you play firmer, it's going to go into the bottom short rail to run into the 8. Well, that's why he's elevating, but that makes this shot so much more difficult. Really used all of the pocket there. You could really see the 7-ball, considering the fact if it was maybe too firm or if he had aimed it well enough. It was about to stay up, George.
It used both sides of the pocket. Carlo comes with a great shot on the 6, slices it down the rail, and runs it out to tie it up in set number 3. Just like to point out, if some of you are not familiar with the format here, if this set goes 3-3 or hill, it goes to a shootout. That shot right there on the 6-ball. And then the 7 gave us a thrill right around the side pocket. And Carlos gets the run out. Carlo has already been involved in one shootout that I know of against Stefan Kasper, and he won that. Was perfect on all 4 shots. I don't know about Ping Chung if he's had a shootout or not. But at the break, we change hands again. Those dry breaks are really hurting both these guys, and they're making this rack even more competitive than it would be. Because unfortunately in pool, when one player is on a run and breaking and running out, the other player's in his chair. And you can't be very competitive from the chair. pretty straight. Looks like he's going to have to go forward to come towards the side pocket by the 3 to play it up on the upper right. Checking his angle. This may run right into the 7. It's tight. No, I think he's okay, as I see this more.
Well,
Perfect.
it does open up after
Absolutely
the second rail,
perfect.
but yes, indeed. What a shot there. Not even hampered by the 5.
No, absolutely. Wow. Every fourth shot is a highlight shot almost. I'm going to run out of paper again, Tim.
Well, the good news is I don't really think we will have another highlight reel shot coming up in this rack. You never know, but this looks to be quite open and no trick shots needed.
You have a good point. You make a good point, Tim.
George, come on, what did you say earlier?
I'm sorry. Go back to sleep, Tim.
Okay. I mean, it's so tough to even say something, actually, to add something to what these two gentlemen are doing at the table, because they're leaving themselves so natural all the time. Well, he's looking to maybe go... Well, he's going forward, okay. For a second,
With
I
a lot
thought
of spin.
he was going backwards.
And that's unfortunate if he's elevated over the 9. Nothing hampers these two. Elevate it, doesn't matter. They hit the ball perfect. Come around, pocket the ball, have position. That is not an easy shot he just made there. Elevated over the ball. Wrap out to the middle of the table. And straight in on the 10. Look at his speed. Two to one, and back to exchanging games one after the other. In the first set, the only time they won 2 games in a row was Carlo closed it out with 2 games. In the second set, Biado won the first 2 games, but lost the next 3 till he won 1, and then Ko won the 4th at 3-3. And now here, they're trading him off again. And guess what? This is a free stream with some of the best players in the world. So go to some of these websites that are our sponsors, like Kamui, like Box Billiards, like PredatorQs.com. Little Monster. Just read those labels on the side of the billboards there behind the players. And thanks to some of the sponsors for the free streams. WPA, Pro Billiard TV, the Predator Pro Billiard Series. Sponsors are listed on both sides. The tournaments are listed right behind Co.
Oh, look at that cue ball. Did you look at that cue ball?
Look at the shape on the 2.
Wow.
What a spread we have here. Co is
That
coming
cue
with
ball
the heat. That's the
instantly
best break
stopped.
we've seen.
Yes, absolutely the best break we've seen.
Folks, this is more than a roadmap. This is being chauffeured. What a break. And what a time to do it.
Yeah, do we see anything difficult at the table? I don't really think so, George. The 7 really brings you up table for the 8 and the 9. The 5 gets you to the 6. Maybe 9 to the 10? To try and find something that could go wrong?
Well, let's see if we can't do something while he runs out here. Because him running out is going to be very self-explanatory. Let's see who from the winner's qualification is already in to the final 32. We'll start with the Dutch Kiwi, Marco Tucher, Wojciech Szewczak, a 10-ball champion, Oliver Strzelnoki, Daniel Maciol, Aloysius Yap, Mark Estolia, Simon Cural, Tai Young Ko Tai Young, Jeffrey DeLuna, Conrad Ushushin, Duan Quoc Hong. Apparently, Montpellier and Kachi are still fighting it out. Ko Ping-yi, Shane Van Boning, all undefeated, and they're into the final 32. And Ko is down to the 8-ball to get on the hill as he was chauffeured around the table here.
Well, just to add, Kachi and Montpellier are still going at it, but they're also still going because they're at the shootout. Wow, this is to guarantee a shootout for him. Ping Chung, and possibly a win also, depending on his next break. But if he breaks the balls just like he did.
Well, Carlo's down 3-1. What a match. And what a time for that break for Ko Ping Chung.
Yeah, just how nicely he positioned the cue ball too. He hit the rack with that impact and it just dead stopped. Great break, great run out.
Well, you know, Tim, we spoke to that at the beginning of the match, how the break was going to make a big difference here. And it's been all tied up for the most part, and they've traded off racks. And then in a very timely fashion, that young man right there comes up with a great break to go 3-1 in the most important set. Well, every set's important, but with the most, I guess, most important set at this time. Now, if he can do it again, we won't see a shootout. If he doesn't do it, then we have a chance to see a shootout. Is that Ko Ping Yi right behind his brother there that just showed on the stage, on the background? In the second row, there's a 7. No shot on the, oh, yes, a shot on the 1, I think. If not, I bet he jumps it.
Well, that one ball did get knocked away from the side pocket. Was tracking there again. And I'm quite sure the jump cue is out. He can reach this. It's not a full ball jump, George. And look at where the 2 ball is. Doesn't have to do much with the cue ball.
Just a little
Make
stop
this
shot.
and have a chance to run out.
You know, from there, I have to call this another good break. Very good break. Because all these champions with this kind of a jump shot executed almost perfectly every time. I hope I didn't jinx that, by the way. Oh my, he's going to shoot me. I did jinx it. But just to let you know, I don't believe in commentator curse. So I relieve myself of all responsibility. Oh my. That was so, I thought that was so in the bag for him. I really did. Oh, Carlo comes with a good, but look at this. Out comes the jump cue for Carlo. Fortunately, the 3 ball's out in the middle of the table. Shot.
Ball.
What a
Well,
shot.
that is to keep himself alive in this match, George. That is crazy. What a shot there. Predator air rush jump cue in action again. Wow.
And some of you guys thought you might be going to bed. You're all going to stay up for
What a
this match.
Yeah, there's no way I'm leaving. Well, a little bit off with the shape on the 8, so now running the cue ball 2 rails towards The 9 could also play inside spin. Went straight over.
Doesn't want to be on the rail. He's not.
Well, pulling one back. Just one rack away from a deciding shootout. That would be the ultimate drama, I feel like, for this match.
Sure
I think it would be pretty fair
You know,
too. I think they have put on a pretty equal performance.
Well, I'll say this, Tim. I'm from Arizona, and in Arizona we have Tombstone, a little town that's too tough to die. Well, they had shootouts there, and we're about to have one just as big. Only the Predator Arc table does not call the OK Corral. It's a bad attempt at humor.
I gotcha, George. No worries. the chat might laugh, but we won't be able to hear. So
it's a hard room, Tim. I'm sorry. It's a hard room here, and the chat is really tough.
Wow, 3 balls on the break, nothing on the 2 ball. Well, let me correct that. There is an extremely difficult combination 2-5 in the corner. And the 2 ball might go behind the 6 if you seem to make it. I am not a huge fan of this.
I'm trying to see exactly what he can play. Can he? No. I'm just looking at this, and the angle is just all wrong everywhere. Let's see what he does. He's very, very creative. He's had a couple of great shots that really left us. Oh, he got it. He got it up against the 6. Can you see an edge? No. Doesn't look like it. What a shot by Carlo Biado.
Well, might have to go 3 rails, but yeah. Short rail, long rail, all the way down, or all the way up table into the short rail where the 2 ball's laying. Then catch the 2 ball, half ball, and hook the cue ball behind the 5. What about that for a shot?
You lost me at you should try.
Well, I think it's his only out. This is a very strong safety. Has to go minimum 3 rails to make a hit. Let's play the pace, but
Oh
barely
my.
missed it.
Carlo. Now, talk about having shootout written all over it. The 9 ball might not go by the 10 to either pocket. We hadn't even looked at that far down the road.
Yeah, the 9 definitely doesn't go to the bottom left. It does go to the bottom right, I feel like. I think it's definitely available. But we are going to find out very shortly. If it's not available, the 8 does give him a good opportunity to nudge maybe the 10 and be near the 9.
Apparently the 9 ball does go by the 10 to that pocket because Carlo's not concerned. He's straight in on the 8 to be straight in on the 9. And then comes the 10. And here comes the shootout.
Yeah. I'm still surprised that 9 ball does go, but we couldn't see. Yeah, this 10 to get to a shootout. What a match. Crazy stuff.
There it is. Buckle up, Buttercup. Wow.
Well, I gotta say, he made 3 balls on the break, and that first safety he played right after the break, that was very creative, just barely worked out too. And then a clean run out again from the Black Tiger. So it's 4
Here
shots
we go,
each.
folks. Go ahead, Tim.
The 10 will be spotted where the 10 ball is usually racked in the rack. They will be alternating the sides, and the player who has the best score after 4 shots wins. Now, if we seem to tie in the score after 4 shots, the box will shrink. The cue ball will have to be placed 1 diamond more backwards, and we will go to the sudden death mode. I'm excited. Hopefully everybody else is excited, because I think this match has been thrilling so far. I don't think it can get any better. George Teachea, take us away.
Here it is, shot number 1. The importance of the lag means that you get to shoot first in the shootout, and you get to break first in the match. Chung makes his first shot.
Yeah, I gotta
will
say,
have to
he
shoot.
actually he hit that quite firm, just like Carlo does. So we might have
Yes.
quite a battle.
I just noticed that I have not seen Chung shoot a shootout shot, and he shoots it just like Carlo. Carlo might shoot it a little bit harder. But back to the importance of the lag. You get to shoot first and pick which side you shoot to. Or make your opponent shoot first if you like. It's your choice.
Well, nailed it. 1 each. Does hit the ball slightly firmer than Ping Chung does. You were correct. Doesn't matter for the result though. You just have to keep the cue ball on the table. Not allowed to scratch, obviously. So pocket the ball, don't scratch. Stay still, be smooth. And qualify for the last 32 single elimination stage in the World 10 Ball Championship.
Basically, we're going to see who breaks first.
Yeah, one of them at some point will have to get that thought like, wow, have we made 6 in a row without missing, and then suddenly miss one? Because both of them, they're just cueing the ball so nicely. I don't think it could be a technical flaw. I think it has to be something mental.
Well, the longest shootout I've been witness to was in Arizona the first time they had this format. It went to 14 shots, and it was won by Naoyuki Oi over Jesus Atencio.
Yeah, no doubt in the system yet for both players. We're at 2 each, 2 more shots to go.
My lord,
Some
these guys are
fabulous stuff.
accurate. Who has practiced this shot thousands of times? These two.
Well, we're now starting to get to the end of the early stage of the shootout. Only 4 shots. So it gets more important. Still no doubt. 3 each. Technically, we're in sudden death right now. Considering the
Yes.
score, if you miss 1 shot, the other makes it. It's over. Or the other way around, of course. First player makes it, second player doesn't make it. So technically is who's missing the first shot. That's the thing. What a battle.
That's the first time he has stepped out to look at that from the side. His other 3 shots, he just walked up and shot.
Well, he knew the importance of it, but then again, right in the heart of the pocket.
Well, at that speed they're shooting it at, that's exactly where that ball better hit, because it's not going in if it doesn't. So what are you guys doing for lunch at noon? It's 9 o'clock in the morning where I'm at. This might be 3 hours. Who wears out first?
And now there is a big crowd now around the table too, you know, that could either push the players a little bit extra or get the pressure up even higher.
Well, the cue ball
So
gets
4 out of
backed up.
4. Yeah, they've made 4 out of 4 and the cue ball goes, as you can see, the referee pointing within the smaller box. This is where it gets super tricky.
Notice that he backed up the cue ball on the same angle as he had prior to the prior shot. So the angle didn't change, just the distance. Let's see if Carlo does the same thing.
Well, if you're not on the edge of the seat, I think you might have tuned in into the wrong channel, because this is probably the best thing I've watched in quite a long time. Not just the match itself, this shootout is one to be remembered possibly.
Mrs. Biado, blinking her eyes there in the background. Mr. Biado, missing the ball. And there's your reaction. Ouch. And
So,
The great thing about this. Go ahead, Tim.
well, that means Ping Chung Ko Ping Chung qualifies into the last